Here with Emily Kastner from Read and Write Kalamazoo. Read and Write Kalamazoo rocks. That's your little, what is that, an acronym?
Right, for Read and Write Kalamazoo we call it RAWK.
Yeah, so talk a little bit about what Read and Write Kalamazoo is and how it came to be.
We're a nonprofit here in Kalamazoo that's devoted to cultivating reading and writing skills for youth, pre-K through high school. And we do this via creative writing workshops and reading themed events in and out of schools.
And you've got a big move happening to the Vine neighborhood.
Yeah, so right now, currently, we've been in the Reality Factory over on East Frank Street, and so our new space is heading back into the Vine, and so yeah, we're building out. It's going to be a full multilingual literacy center with a storefront that really serves students in so many fun new ways.
Okay, so what are we going to learn? I got to tell you, I'm already nervous.
Oh, no, don't be nervous, don't be nervous. This is going to be fun.
Okay.
So today we're going to do Blackout Poetry. And so oftentimes as writers, staring at a blank page is intimidating, right?
Scary.
And you don't know where to start, even if you're given a theme or whatever. So Blackout Poetry is so fun. You just take anything. So like this is our program, one of our program flyers. And the thing is, you get your Sharpie to pick your words, but here's how it's gonna work. On your paper, this is like your word bank, and these are the words you have to choose from. So you're gonna go through and create a poem using these words in the order, but then you can take them and put them into lines of poetry as you see fit.
And a poem doesn't have to rhyme, right?
No.
Okay.
No, poems can be whatever you want them to be. So, you know, we've got tons of different like magazines and options. We've given you a short story.
Yes.
So you're gonna go through, I've given an example. So you go through, X out the words that you don't want to use, or if it's like an ending of a word, you can cross that out, and then you're gonna put it over here on your paper into your poem. So, for example, from our flyer, the beginning of my poem is read and exist, grow and learn, offer community, secret summer trips in the year ahead. See, it doesn't always have to make sense, but that's the beginning of a poem,
That makes sense. I'm scared. Okay.
No, don't be scared.
When you think about it, like little kids, preschoolers, they have all these stories and they freely tell them. Do you experience that as well with Read and Write Kalamazoo?
Yeah, so that's our youngest set. So we serve preschoolers. We have this workshop called Build and Write, where preschoolers come with their adults, and we just really foster an experience for them to be creative, to build characters, and to build settings, and then they tell the stories to their adults. So it's really about like celebrating storytelling as soon as kids can talk.
Yeah, because you don't want them to lose that.
Right.
You know, my mom unlocked it for me, you know, to be able to write and to read. When you get a kid coming in here, or kids coming in here for the first time, where do you begin to unlock that for them?
It starts with that safe environment. So, you know, we are all on the same page, we're like getting to know each other, and this small group is safe, and we kind of set some group norms, like what this looks like to write and to share, and you know, that we're not, it's a judgment-free area, that we're just like, you know, we're going to be writing, we're going to be reading, and we're going to be sharing, and let's all agree that, you know, we're going to be good listeners.
Yeah.
As far as our activities and our curriculum and our programs, we, it's about that energy, that excitement, and letting students take the driver's seat of like what they want to write about and what they want to read. And students want to write stories that, you know, are honest and about their lives, that they feel they can access their authentic voice, and they want to read stories that they connect with. You know, they want to see themselves reflected in stories, whether it be what their families look like, you know, how they identify culturally. Like, they want to read these stories, and then they're going to write those stories. Writing poetry can happen wherever. It doesn't have to happen in schools. It doesn't just happen in our workshops or our programs.
Of this. This was hard, but it does twist your brain up, you know? I saw on your website, Jamara, you said that was a little girl, right?
Yeah.
And she said, I like to write because you get to express your feelings and you get to be creative in it and you can write in someone else's perspective. That is so important.
It is, and in building like empathy and really understanding like the value of that in our society, writing and reading is like the gateway to that, right?
Yeah.
So it is fun to find your authentic voice and then to get fun and experimental with it and to put yourself in someone else's shoes or to read a story about someone who's not like yourself.
So how does this program come to be? I mean, do you have sponsors? Is there a charge for kids to be able to come?
So we were so excited. So August of 2017, we've announced what we call RAWK on, Youth Rocks Free. So all of our programs are now at no cost to students, addressing equity and access in our community and wanting nothing to hinder students from having these experiences with writing and reading outside of school and even in school. And we are grateful to be in this community that really supports, you know, the arts.
Okay, I think I've got this.
Excited.
I think you're going to be happy with it.
Of course I will.
Do you want to hear it?
I would love to hear it. I'm so excited.
Okay. Early morning, in the country, dark pine shadows, the still air, a solitary little bird, a golden color, quivering in the thicket, the woods deep and still. Early morning in the country.
I love that you found that repetition in there. That's all. See? And you were scared.
I was scared.
No,
because
that's
you know,
exciting.
it's taking that first step.
It is.
It's just trying, and I'm thinking when I get to the end, I'm like, how am I going to make this all make sense to come full circle again?
Right, and sometimes it doesn't make sense, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But really, I mean, what we love.
I gotta have it make sense.
Right. And what we love about this is, you know, students, the youth we work with, are playing with words or playing with language. It's fun and exciting, and really, I mean, you got it.
It's a new skill.
Your poem is a different thing than that story started with.
Completely, right?
And that's so exciting. Yeah. Thanks for doing that.
Thanks for letting me open up my brain.
I love it. Thank you.
Support for Kalamazoo Lively Arts is provided by the Irving S. Gilmore Foundation, helping to build and enrich the cultural life of Greater Kalamazoo.